Okay, let me see. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. Excuse for the lighting. The lighting. Well, gotta wait 2 minutes. I like to read copyright for 1976. Copyright disclaimers under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, let's get to it. This is about the Haitians under the bridge in Del Rio, and I would like to say the Haitians are not being vetted. They're not being treated, and that they're not having fair chances to be like tested for COVID, and they're not having fair chances to be uh, like given the right papers for they can come back to America, and they call them migrants. So who are the migrants over here? Quote unquote Mexican people. So actually, the Haitian people they've been in Mexico for 10 years since the devastating earthquake in 2010. So you're gonna send back 12,000 Haitian people in a matter of like a month or so. It's not gonna be able to happen. So the Afghans, they been fighting wars against America for 20 years. So you're able to vet them, test them, just pamper them, and treat them so nice, and just let them just come over here because most of the Afghani people they got family members that are terrorists. So you're not gonna even screen out the pedigree of the Afghanistan Stanis to see if they got any family members that undercover terrorists or whatever. So who's stronger or the lesser evil? Do you see any Haitian terrorists around here? Nope. Most Haitian people that live on the coastline, most of them are fishermen and farmers. So they go out 12,000 farmers right there. So the black kids over here, they're not going to be no farmers. So that's 12,000 farmers gone. So you want all the Mexican people to have chances to be farmers and not the Haitian people not to be farmers. So you're gonna let 12,000 Haitian people just go back to the homeland as nothing. They had two earthquakes. There's nothing over there. So just send them back just like exotic animals or something. Yes, it's COVID-19, and we don't need large crowds per se. But do you see the Haitian people? Any of them sick? I don't see no sick Haitian people over there. When they show it on the news, I don't see no Haitian people coughing or falling out or whatever. Like some of the worst people I ever seen fall out and dying was in India. They did some of the craziest stuff on the Indian Freedom Day, whatever. Indian India Color Day, whatever they had with the celebrations when they celebrate cows and worship cows and all that. But on that day, they did the wrong thing. They had thousands and thousands of people crowd together singing, dancing around. So the COVID-19, excuse me, sorry about that. I meant to say the pandemic. The pandemic uh, was definitely was going to come to a head. So in 2010 uh, to now, even open Haitian right now, from 2010 to now, uh, the things that Hillary Clinton said she was going to do, she didn't do. So the Haitian people is still suffering. So what they have to return to, even back in 2010, Hillary Clinton said she was going to help them out with all those corporations coming over there and building homes and stuff, subdivisions. The people still not even halfway finished with none of that. Yeah, they got some recycling places over there, but that's not nothing. So the people suffered 8.2 earthquake on the Richter scale from 2010. So what kind of earthquake do you think it is? It's not just some kind of little small little shaker like over in California, like 5.5, 4.5. Over there, 200,000 people lost their lives. They had to stack bodies and dig big trenches, and some of them they had to burn the people, just bulldoze them. So that's not good. Like most of the Haitian people are original answer immigrants. I'm not to say immigrants, but original migrants from Africa when Haitian was first created until the British people tried to come take over it, but that didn't work out pretty good. So what happened with that? And Americans tried to take it over, but yeah, it didn't come out pretty good with that either. So as of now, I say Haitian people closest or they are to America, the little island and country. I consider them as a third world country. I think it's wrong, even for them to be a third world country. How close they are to America, So they go to show you how good they go to show you how much America care about island nations. Even Cuba. You know, Cuba had embargo crisis ever since the '70s with the Bay of Pigs. Still all going to this day. So there's no freedom really with American people. I meant to say with America, with like many of closest neighbors. Like small islands, but most of the islands are mostly like the West Indies islands, all the way back from Cuba, Haiti, all the way back to Trinidad, and even Panama. They invaded Panama, way back when, and that was a very detrimental thing to do. George Bush Senior, he really did a number on Panama. That was a bad thing to do. Uh, I seen some of the worstest thing that happened on the street when they invaded Panama. It seemed like some of the people over there was like it was like melted in their cars. I seen the documentary, so I have it. I seen the news. So this fair use, what I'm saying, criticism. I think is very bad what they did to Panama. So from Panama to Cuba to Haiti, even Jamaica, they don't have great relationships with none of the West Indies small island nations. So you say America uh, has gotten over racism towards other neighboring countries, but they're not. I think they're more considerate to terrorist countries than small ethnic neighboring countries of color, just because the fight and the people, and they refuse to let America take over the islands and stuff. So that's why I feel like American machine don't like those islands. So you can take it with a grain of salt. However you want to take it. That's how I feel about it. So right now, 12,000 people. You're not vetting the people. You're not trying to search the people background, see where they come from, see what kind of skills they got. Most of the people could be, skilled tradesmen, and the women, they could be skilled in, things, of that nature. So you don't want to even figure out what the people can do for America. Yeah, you have your bad seeds and all people, but it's just totally racist just to even not to vet the people or let them, have a chance to make it. Just return them to a desolate homeland that's been destroyed by a natural disaster beyond biblical proportions. So I think it's very unfair for you to let the Afghans come over with a fair slate, and you're not let the Haitian people even vet them and sit them down and wait for a while and see what purpose they want and what they really want in coming over here. Yeah, they've been in Mexico for 10 years and think they at their wits end. So, so right now, just sitting back, 12,000 people to die. So that's what's gonna happen. So people don't have no outlook for the future or nothing. You're just gonna put the people on a plane with children, just send them back to a desolate, earthquake-ridden place with nothing, no future, no outlook, nothing. We're just gonna send the people back for nothing. They're gonna die of stress and heartache. They're going back to nothing. So what can they create? They're going back to nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. They don't have nothing to create. They've been destroyed by 8.2 magnitude earthquake from 2010. So they've been waiting and wishing in Mexico for 10 years, nothing. They had no good outcome with that. So now they turn to the great mother to the north to see, will she stretch out her hands and help them? The great mother of the north looked like she's dropping her hands and saying, go back where you come from. The great mother of the north, the great Statue of Liberty, says freedom. Since 2011, they bombed the World Trade Centers, both, but they did not, will not, wasn't even thinking about touching the Statue of Liberty. Because they know that lady right there is one of the sacred items in the world. So they know what it stands for. Even terrorists will be dumb to bomb the Statue of Liberty because they probably have family members over here. And the fools bomb the World Trade Center. But they did not bomb the Statue of Liberty because they know the over effects, the collateral damage it will cause. Even the bad things they did to the World Trade Center. So, 12,000 people, 12,000 future farmers going back to a homeland, 12,000 people going back to die. So I think it's a bad thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, 12,000 black farmers, future farmers, adult or even teenagers, it's not gonna happen in America over here because the kids over here they don't want to be no farmers or nothing like that. They too busy. They too busy on TikTok. They too busy on their dancing. Doing crazy stuff. They too busy walking up milk crates, falling off, almost breaking their neck, splitting their head open, breaking their spine. Uh, End up being in a wheelchair. They don't care nothing about no farming. So, so who you want the 12,000 farmers to be? All Mexican people and not Haitian people. We need farmers. If we don't have farmers, we won't have no food. So you call them migrant people. We already know what migrant people mean. Migrant people means migrants, as in farmers, migrant field workers. So that's the word migrant. They migrate to work. Most of their work are going to be in outsourced farmland outside of the city. So they're called migrants. So that's what you call them instead of just calling Haitian Haitian people. So you call them Haitian migrants. So where are they really migrating from? They didn't migrate all the way from uh, Siberia or something like that. Actually, they are Haitian neighbors, really, because Haiti is so close to America. They're really not migrants. Mexican are really the migrants because they're so close to Haiti. They're mostly like migrators. You don't just migrate from a place from a far away. You actually travel, as in wherever you're from, like travelers, not migrants. Mexican migrants. That means you can step over from a place quickly to migrate. You just can't migrate from a faraway land and you call somebody a migrant. It don't work like that. They have to travel from far away and they have to keep traveling. When you migrate somewhere, that means you just step over for a couple hours to somewhere where you come from. So Haitian people are actually neighbors to this country because of the split of the Atlantic Ocean to America. So they're actually neighbors that coming over here. And they migrate from Mexico to America, not migrate from Haiti to America because they can travel over here as travelers, maritime travelers on the ocean. The only people that can do that is Mexican people. They can walk over here. They can drive over here on the cars. So they just migrated from one spot, quick spot, to another spot, but not from Haiti. It take a long time for them to get here. So they are travelers from Haiti, not migrants, because migrants are a lesser name for people that's actually I would call, in some kind of words, indentured servants, if you're trying to call it that way. So you're trying to say all Haitians are indentured servants. That's what it seemed like to me. So I think it's wrong for you to even let the Afghani people just come over here on a clear slate. Yeah, they've been in 20 years of war, and yeah, you have vetted the people. Yeah, some of them work for the government. Yeah, some of them are highly trained technology people. Know how to build airplanes. They know how to work on computers. They know how to build all kind of electrical components for the government. So you think they're better than the Haitian people just because the Haitian people traveled over here from Haiti to Mexico and migrated from Mexico to America? So you're saying all the Afghani people are better than the Haitian people just because you got a sector of Afghani people that know about technology and know how to build, warplanes and ships and stuff like that. So you're saying all the Haitian people, in so many words, are dumb. They're just migrant people. So what kind of outlook is that? So you're saying no Haitian people, if they come over here, will have no outlook, better future than just farmers. So that's all I see right now. 12,000 farmers, even the kids. So they won't have no better outlook than just to be farmers. So why shouldn't Afghanistan people be called migrants? So I think it's a travesty. No, you wouldn't dare call the Afghans migrants because the Afghan war made you a lot of money. Uh, we know how they made the money. I'd rather not say on YouTube. But the Afghan war actually brought down the American economy for 20 years. I know how much the Afghan war costs and the price red tag on it. From 20 years to now, uh, I know how much it is. It's a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money. Some people are even scared to call up the numbers on how much it costs America from 20 years to now. How much is it? But I know how much is it. It sure wasn't in the billions. If you call out the name, or how much it was, it'll be a travesty. Hmm. Yep, it'll be a travesty. Hmm. Yep. But people should know how much that war was. It was a hell of a lot of money. From 20 years to now, uh, fair use, $300 million a day to now. So you do the numbers, if you can add that up. So right now, from 20 years to now, that's why America, in so many ways, the the GDP and the deficit and the gross national product is trillions of dollars. Why? 20 years of Afghanistan war, I think they broke America. So fair use, uh, $300 million a year, a day, excuse me. So you add it up. So that's why all the businesses are closing, not because of COVID, because of the added stress. Businesses been closing. Malls have been closing ever since 1984. Ronald Reagan. That's when all the malls started going down. People start building malls. You build one every now and then. But when the last time you seen a new mall being built? Never. So what it tell you right there? Nobody even had the money to even build a mall the way it should be built. All of the malls going out of business. What you think they're going out of business for? Not because of the people. You got 350 million people in America. So what does that tell you? You don't have no loans or grants to even get the money, even build them all. The owners of the land. Even though it called billions, some, hundreds of millions. So from 1984 to now, uh, why do you think the malls never had an uptick? That's because of the SNL scandal. We all know about that. Fair use. That was stolen money right there. Like fair use, it's criticism, I can say that. Fair use purposes. The SNL scandal. We already know the family name. I won't call the name, but we all know the name that did it. And we already know the person, nephew, who did it. From that point on, all the malls started closing. That's where all the money went. Couldn't get a loan to even build a mall. Couldn't get a venture capital person to even help you build a mall from 1984 until now. So the SNL scandal was a travesty too. So with all the stolen money, even in a orchestrated war with Afghanistan, we already know why it happened, because of the World Trade Center. And it seemed like it was like an overkill for Afghanistan. Instead of fighting the people for 20 years, you should have been in there trying to help the people, build up the country, instead of fighting them for 20 years for nothing. Trying to get rid of the people in Afghanistan. You can't get rid of them. Where they gonna go? So that was a wasted of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people dead, and hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I mean, say thousands and thousands of American people dead, like soldiers, hundreds, hundreds of soldiers, dead for nothing, like an overkill war, an overkill war for nothing. So right now, as we speak, uh, 12,000 people overkill. Send them back to a national disaster that happened almost 10 and a half years ago, 11, to nothing. Like what they gonna do? What they gotta look up for? Nothing. They don't got no outlook. The earth is in shambles. They don't have no construction equipment to move all the rubble out of the way. Almost everything is uprooted. It's like the earth has opened up to an abyss. That's what earthquakes do. They open things up from beneath. It's nothing but pressure, shift. Everything has to move sometime. Even the earth. Everything is balanced. Everything has levels, plates. Everything has to move. Even mountains move sometimes. You don't even know it. They have to move to balance themselves out. You think they stay still all the time for nothing? What do you think? When you look at a mountain, you see grass at the bottom of the mountain. You see plants, roots, trees at the bottom of the mountain. You can even see like valleys, like streams. Some kind of way that mountain made it tectonic shift without you even knowing. So the Haitian people have tectonic shift through nature. It's not even their fault. So you send them back to a natural disaster that's not even their fault. They're just trying to find a better life. So you send them back to an abyss of hell. There's nothing there. Dry bones, dry earth, nothing. Yeah, they got other countries in Haiti. I mean, say other cities in Haiti, but that's not neither here nor there. Some cities on that side, more like very educated, advanced people on that side. But on other sides of Haiti, it's a very desolate, situation. Like the people that live in the mountains, they're very educated people. They're like doctors, lawyers, teachers, policemen, engineers. They wasn't affected about it. 2010 earthquake. They live upper in the mountains and stuff. They stay in the big mansions and stuff. So the surrounding cities up in the mountains, certain areas, it wasn't affected. Like surrounding cities, other places, but the other place in Haiti, that city uh, in Haiti, it was affected. So even Sean Penn, they didn't represent Sean Penn correctly and the stuff that he was trying to do. They just brushed him off. Uh, he was trying to help all the Haitian people. They didn't make him a great representative. He had a good strategy in trying to help the Haitian people. They just let him left without even let him make his plan up. So I think it's racist right there to him, and he's uh, European descent. So racism it doesn't just happen to people of color. Racism happen to people of humanity. I know it's a very one-sided thing for people of color, but sometimes you can be racist to your own people, especially white people. Most black people, they're not racist people, but you got some black people. They don't even like some things. The upper remote black people do. They try to go against certain things that they do. Uh, so you got all disagreements and all ethnic uh, people. No matter where you come from, people have disagreements. Okay, so right now, all I gotta say is I'm gonna end this right here, and in the middle part of the people, a middle part of this stream. If you come on later, you can either you can like it or you can dislike it, but you can push the like button or you can share it. It's up to you. Once you see the replay, you can like it, you can share it, you can subscribe. So uh, if you don't like anything I said, you can even dislike it. People got their own opinions. They might feel bad about me calling the Haitian people neighbors. Whatever. You can dislike it. It's up to you. I'm just speaking for me and what I think. So most of all to keep the channel up, you have to subscribe to the channel uh, mostly and like the channel. So, but I do have another channel. This channel right here is called the Echelon Effect Studio, and the other channel is the Verbal Antidote channel. I have not many videos, but you can check it out. It's on those videos and this video. One of the videos talking about the J6 incident that happened, and you should really look into it and see what I'm talking about. It's not what you think it is. It's like when I start talking, uh, give me very different information. It's not how you see the people, uh, the insurrectionists. You're looking at a blind eye of who the people really are. Uh, you calling them insurgents, but if you look at the people that really did it, the people that really did it look like your next door neighbors. They can be lawyers, they can be doctors, policemen, they can be engineers, uh, architects. So you call them insurgents. I call them marauders. I call them status quo marauders. So you can figure it out for yourself. You can look at the video, see what I'm talking about. So you need to be careful about the people that you pick. There's something going on, the agenda. You need to see. You need to look further and see, like the people. They could be anybody. You think they're insurgents? They're your next door neighbors. You call them militia. You can call them white nationalists, or you can even call them white supremacists. It's deeper than that. Whatever you're trying to say about uh, those names, it doesn't even fit anymore because you're gonna be surprised who the people was at the J6 convention if you really look at the videos and see like who the people was. So from that point on, you'll see that it's really not the way that you think it is. I'm gonna say not the way, not it's not the people uh, that you think it is. You think it's something like old fashioned, a KKK with the sheets on, riding down, walking down with horses and stuff like that. Uh, no, it's totally different from that. These people, upward mobile people. These people, you can be walking beside, downtown. You'd be totally surprised who the people are. So, but anyway, that's not either here nor there. But I just want to say one thing about that. How they have a hit out on uh, the black policeman that shot the insurgent female, the lady that they shot inside the Capitol when they exhausted all the means of trying to tell the lady not to continue, try to break the door down to get in there. The lady she just uh, overstepped her boundaries. I think the black cop, I think he exhausted all his measures and not trying to even shoot the lady, but the lady kept going. So if they would have breached the area, it would have been a total massacre. I think the black cop, Bird, I think he did a good thing, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to kill the lady. It might have been a warning shot, and it actually hit the lady. So I think the man exhausted all his measures. He had no other way out. So 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 what he's supposed to do? So either stop the people from invading the capital, just let the marauders come in, invade the capital, kill the vice president, do all kind of crazy stuff. If they would have breached that section right there, they had like a high level of like congressmen inside that section right there. So it was just like free reign to do whatever they wanted at that time. So they had like a lot of big weapons, spears, bear spray, guns, knives. So so they didn't come to break bread or eat at the dinner table. Uh, they came to make some noise. So so you take it how you want to take it. So you think the black cop trying to call him a murderer for nothing. He did a good thing. He didn't know who he damn shot. Excuse me for saying that. So you're just gonna call him a murderer for nothing like that. So he didn't know who the hell he shot. He just did a warning shot to keep the people away from being a massacre at the Capitol. So if she'd have broke that door down, it would have been a lot of dead congressmen. Been a lot of dead congressmen uh, laying on the floor. Dead policemen, security, everything. So they did a good thing. So, so that event right there, the J6 event, is one of the most highly escalated events. Ever since I was born, I never seen anything of that nature in America. Ever since I was born, I never seen nothing like it. But you can take it like you want to take it. But I think it's one of the eighth wonders of the world. For you to even do something like that, I think it's like one of the eighth wonders of like war of against your country of biblical proportions. I never seen nothing like it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you think they was coming to sit down at a dinner table, but deep down inside, they was coming to do damage. Yep. So take it with a grain of salt. But if those were African American people coming in there, there's been a lot of dead African American people and a lot of dead policemen outside on the Capitol steps instead of inside because it had been a war fight on the outside of the steps. It would have been a blood trail on the outside of the steps because they would never let none of the black people even breach uh, the Capitol without having heavy military trucks and tanks. So it would have been a bloodbath of dead African American people, on the steps, just a war against, them and, policemen, dead policemen, dead African Americans everywhere. So, who got the better leeway than the Anglo Saxons status quo marauders. So on that outlook, I'm gonna say, just like I said, America, uh, just who I'm talking for. Those people under that bridge in Del Rio, Mexico, and the border of Texas. Uh, they don't have a mouthpiece, but they got a mouthpiece now. So you're just gonna send them back, like a family of, like a family of, a litter of, cubs of, lions or whatever, back to the zoo. I mean, to the wild where they come from. And I think it's wrong. So, like I said, I mean, in this video, I just did the video, just off the top of my head, no script, no nothing. Uh, I just had that on my mind just to say about those people under that bridge. I feel for those people. I think it's a bad thing. How they just want to send 12,000 people back to uh, Haiti without even vetting the people. Even see they have a chance to even stay over here in America. So I think it's a very bad thing to do. Not even consider the people even being human people. Just to see what they want. Yeah, I know it's the pandemic season. The other thing that happened with the DV. I know it's out there. We're trying to get over it. We're making progress, but uh, oh, and I think the people they need a chance to even see what they want. What they want and where they're coming from. So I just want to end this video and y'all like and share and y'all have a good day. All right.